Hey guys, it's Whitney again. So today I'm going to do a tutorial on a dark smoky eye. It was actually requested by my sister, Amanda. And she said that she had a black eyeshadow and she was just kind of scared to use it. She didn't really know how to use it. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can totally show you how to use it. So I'm going to do a dark kind of smoky eye today, which you can replace these colors with anything. I'm just doing dark just because she specifically said black, so I'm going to use black and browns today. But you can replace these with any shades of green, blue, pink, purple, red, anything that you want to do really. Just you want to start with the darker shade and go lighter and lighter and lighter, and then that just kind of gradually creates your smoky eye. So the shades that I'm going to be using are from the James Charles palette. So I'll be using this today. This is the palette. And the shades I'm going to be focusing on are the black one right here, which is called Spooky. This one right here, which is called, I think, Beans. No Beans. This one's called No Beans. And then these two up here, which this one is called Benny, and then this one is Boutique. So pretty much just this block right here, these shades. You can see that. And that's just gonna be what I'm using to create my smoky eye. Like I said, you can use any other colors to create a smoky eye. You can use black and purple, you can use black and brown, you can use black and green, you can use green and brown. I mean, you can do anything. This is just kind of the technique that I use, or what I've learned to use over the years, which might be the totally wrong way to do it. I don't actually know. I feel like there's really no rules to makeup, and you just kind of play and figure out what works for you and what you like. So that's what I do, and so far this is what has worked for me. So this is what I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I went ahead and put a concealer on my lids like James Charles suggests to do for his palette, since they are pressed pigments. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Oh, and I'm also going to be using this shade up here, T. Can you guys see this one? This one up here? That one's going to be kind of like my transition shade up at the top. So I'm just going to grab my big MAC fluffy brush, the MAC 224, if you guys can see this. And I'm just going to dip into T. Oh, they're so pigmented. They definitely go on differently with a concealer. This is the first time I've tried it with a concealer. I've always used an eyeshadow primer. They definitely go on a lot more pigmented with the concealer. No lie there. It just looks a little patchy to me. Does that look patchy to you guys? You're like, yes. Let me try the swirly blend. Hey Raisin, my cat has come to join us. Say hello. This is my Raisin. She's just gonna sit in my lap and chill, I guess. Don't get cat hair on my palette. Don't do it. Now, I normally do, especially doing a smoky eye, I would do my foundation and everything after I do my eyeshadow, but just for the sake of the video, to try and make it shorter, I went ahead and did everything else first. So everything that I have on my face I will put in the description box for you guys if you're interested in knowing. Okay, so we've got that little bit of tea on there. Now we're going to go in with the shade Benny, and I'm just going to grab my flat shader brush, my Luxie brush, one of my favorite brushes. And I'm just going to dab into that. So just dropping a little bit of that shade Benny right in the fold of the crease right there. I feel like I need to add a little bit more tea on the side. Just kind of blending those two shades together, melting them together. So now I'm going to take this, let's see, this shader brush from Morphe, which is the Morphe M503, if you guys can see that. It just gets flat on one side. I'm going to drop that into the shade Boutique. Pick some of that up. And just sweep that everywhere. Okay, so I know right now it looks super duper messy, but I promise it's gonna get better. Now I'm gonna grab my little stamper brush from Morphe. This is the, or it's more like a smudge brush. This is the M508. As you can see, it's just super duper small. And it actually is a smudge brush, but I'm gonna dip it into the shade, the black shade Spooky, and just go ahead and go in with the black there. I always start little with black, because it's easy to start small and then add to it. It's hard to take off a lot of black once you've already got it on there. So always start small is my tip. Okay, so now that I've got a little bit of that in place, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that on the other side. And I'm just pretty much placing it there, and then I'm gonna blend it out with another brush. I'm just going to go ahead and line both eyes with the black. Okay, finish creating that outer V right there. Okay, so we've got most of that laid down. Now let's just blend it out. So I'm just going to take this big, fat, fluffy blending brush from Morphe. It's just a totally clean brush, and it is the M510, if you guys can see that. And I'm just going to blend my life away. Mostly focusing it on that crease and the brow bone. Just trying to blend out all that black. Okay, so now I want to like really darken it up. So I'm going to take it and sweep it under the lash line as well. So I'm going to go back in with my little smudge brush. Grab that black shade and just drag that along the lower lash line. Just making sure to attach the two, the top and the bottom. So you've got a good base of black right there. Okay, and we're just going to go in and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now what I'm going to do is step back into that shade Benny that we put here on our eyes and take our little shader brush and just grab that. Grab it right on the end there and just kind of sweep that right into the lash line very softly. So I think I kind of want to intensify this a little bit on the inside, and I'm going to clean up this area too. So I'm going to grab this shade right here, which is called Shook. This shade right here in the palette. And I'm going to smooth that over the top of my lids just to add a little bit of pop, just because there's really no shimmer to it. It's just all matte and it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's okay, but it's not me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not me. So just gonna pop a little bit of this on. Yes, honey. There we go. And all of a sudden, it's me. Okay, now that we got that shade Shook on the lids, I think that looks a little bit better. So we're gonna roll with that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit. So I'm just gonna grab a makeup wipe. There we go. Now we're gonna blend that out just a little bit better. So I'm gonna drop back into tea and make sure my lids are dry. Yeah, okay. So okay, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just drop into tea and smudge that out a little bit, blending those two shades together. Oh my god, that papaya Sephora face wipe smells so good. Like, it just makes me want to eat some fruit. I want some fruit now. I want some fruit. So now we're just going to go ahead and highlight the brow bone. So I'm going to take this is just a Sephora eyeshadow brush, just a super skinny one. So I'm just going to wet that with some Fix Plus. There it is. Raisin. She stole my seat.
Wow. I want to do Charles' makeup. I want to do Charles' makeup. James Charles' makeup. I want to do James Charles' makeup. Let me do James Charles' makeup.
She doesn't really want to. Don't let her fool you. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into this shade called Ring Light, and it is this shade right here. Okay, so now that that is officially on, let us close up the James Charles palette and let's put on some mascara. So I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash. I always do minis because I have a super unsteady hand, so I like to balance it on my face, and with the long stem I find that a lot harder, so I like the minis always. But I did receive the roller lash, or roller liner I should say, from Sephora, and that is absolutely amazing. I have to say that is by far my favorite liquid liner out right now. Like, it is absolutely great. I thought that I liked the Kat Von D Dagger tattoo liner. I thought that one was great because of the point on it and everything, but no, this other liner, the roller liner, it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Okay, so now I'm thinking we should do just a pair of lashes real quick, just because since we're so dark and everything, we need some va-va-voom going on. So I think I'm going to grab the Huda lashes in Scarlet. So we're going to put these on real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the Huda lashes on now, and now I want to go back into the James Charles palette because once I got the lashes on, I realized it wasn't as dramatic as I originally wanted it to be. There wasn't as much black eyeshadow as I wanted to use, because originally the whole thing was black eyeshadow. So I find I didn't use as much of that as I really wanted to. So I'm going to dip back into the palette, and I'm just going to grab this little Morphe stamper brush. It just came in a pack that I got on Black Friday. It doesn't have a name, it just says Morphe on it. So I'm going to dip back into the James Charles palette, into the shade Spooky, which is the black shade. So I'm just going to dip into that and just kind of stamp just a little bit more black right where I want it in that outer V. Exactly. And just do the same thing on the other side. That's a little bit better, I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys back out. Okay, so this is the eye look. This is just pretty much a smoky eye, the way that I traditionally do it. It's probably the totally wrong way to do it, but it's how I've learned, and it has gotten me by this far, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on my smoky eye, so I must be doing something right, or else people are just really stupid. Either way, I'm cool with it. I mean, maybe you can rock the same stupid smoky eye I do and get compliments as well, you know? Like, you never know. Like, it just takes confidence. So just be confident in yourself. You can totally do it. It's not as scary, as intimidating as it may seem. Just because the shades are dark doesn't mean you can't use them. Just start with your lightest shade and then go backwards, and then once you've gotten everything laid down, you can go back into it and add more color where you want it, blend it out, all that jazz. You just gotta be bold and just go for it and dare to be bold, you know what I mean? And just... So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I will describe in the description box what else is on my face besides the James Charles palette. So if you guys liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you really liked it, go ahead and give me a subscribe. I would love to be seeing more of you. Hopefully you'll be seeing more of me. And I'll go ahead and wrap up this video for today. So I love you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!